welcome back to another video. Today going to be playing Test Drive Unlimited 2 on the PC for the first time, and not just TTU 2, but also with the Project Paradise 2 online mod installed, allowing us to play online even though the servers are now long dead. They also have a website you can log into and connect with your game, which allows you to see who else is online, and in the live maps for Hawaii and Ibiza, where they are. I also have the Unofficial patch installed, which was made to eliminate some of those few irritating bugs and glitches that were never taken out of the game with the official updates back when they were still releasing those. Such as the Lotus Evora's broken gearbox, where basically two of the gears were the wrong way round, so you had to shift up 2 gears, then down a gear to shift up. It was completely broken, and they've also slightly tweaked the physics, making it still have the same feel of Test Drive, but with some of the slightly annoying characteristics ironed out a bit. It also adds in some cars that were removed from the final version of the original game that I think were originally supposed to be in there but then were taken out for whatever reason, generally making the game as a whole a better experience to play. I also downloaded a 4GB patch, which, from what I understand, prevents older games that require more than 2GB of RAM from crashing on newer hardware that they weren't designed for. Most of this was relatively easy to install with a little bit of help and advice. It wasn't entirely smooth, but yeah, it was pretty straightforward, and if even I can manage it, I'm sure you could with some advice as well. I did have the pink tire mark glitch, for example, for a while, and a problem with a few game crashes, but once all that was sorted, I was set to get going with the game. I actually only ended up going for the online mod itself after it was suggested to me, which came about because I was having trouble getting the game to run with crashes every time the map was opened, which is a known problem with this game. Anyway, a long story short, when I asked for help on the Test Drive server, the most helpful responses turned out to be from one of the mods from the Project Paradise server. So thanks again to Matrix for all the help with getting this game working and setting up the online mod. I probably would have got there in the end, but it was really helpful to have somebody talking me through it, because I'm still pretty new to this whole PC gaming thing, and even more recently into the whole downloading mods business, so I really had no idea what I was doing with this. As I said, having not played on PC before, I obviously had to start again, going through the intro, the licenses, and the first few races, of course starting with the C4 Classic Car Championship, and then acquiring the first off-road and asphalt licenses. After this, I took a quick break from the races to try and locate some players, managing to find a few of them on the map, and eventually track down a couple, one of who was just sitting there in the pause menu, but I did eventually find a Mercedes racing about, who was inevitably too fast for the poor little Lancia to keep up with. So even if there was only a brief sighting of another player so far, it was good just to see another person driving about. It makes the game feel so much more alive than just AI crashing into you every so often. It is, however, like I said, still great to be playing this again, and in much better definition, with better frame rate than the old PlayStation 3 version that I'm used to, and of course better picture quality. A couple of things I do absolutely love about this game is, for example, the instrument cluster inside this car is replicated on the speedometer in exterior view, so you still get the feeling that you're driving a Lancia with an interesting rev counter, and every car has a unique one pretty much, which is just a cool little element. That, along with, of course, the brilliant music on the radio station, a couple of things I do love about Test Drive Unlimited 2. Anyway, after completing both C4 and both B4 championships, I now have both prize cars, Miami's Mustang and Ryan's Touareg. I did also get hold of a second property to store my other cars in, the ones that I've actually bought. Obviously the Lancia that I bought as my starter car and did the C4 championship in, which is now finished in this lovely purple colour, the Touareg that I bought to do the B4 championships, and a Golf ready to do the A7 championships. So after completing those championships, I did head on out to see if I could find some more players to go for a quick drive in, and did encounter a couple, so I went for a quick drive with a Nissan GTR and Mercedes SLR McLaren Roadster, which are quite a lot more impressive than my poor little Lancia, which struggled to keep up with those, but it was still great to see some other players out there and just go for a sort of impromptu drive like that, which is what this game was so good at, and it's great to see this made possible again with this online mod. At the moment, there aren't huge numbers of players online, which is a bit of a shame, but every so often you do find a few that you can just go for a nice relaxed impromptu cruise with, like I did there. which is always what the Test Drive Unlimited community has been so good for, just hopping on and going for a drive. That's kind of what this game's been all about. It is kind of a shame there aren't that many players, but apparently there is an update for this mod coming out soon. Anyway, hopefully once that's out, we'll see more players online, which is good. It gives me time to accumulate some more vehicles and complete some more championships and licenses and stuff before that's out, and then hopefully I'll have some nicer cars to go driving with some more players. Hopefully there'll be some more people online by then. I do really hope so, because I would like to play a lot more of this, potentially if you would like to see it, maybe even stream some of it, maybe starting from the very beginning of the campaign with these mods obviously installed, and then playing our way through, encountering some players around the place as we go along, and maybe also doing some more relaxed driving in an open lobby and streams of that style as well on this game. I would certainly love to play more of this with more and more players in the run-up to Solar Crown releasing some point next year, which is obviously very exciting, and I look forward to hearing more about that game. For today's video though, playing Test Drive Unlimited 2 for the first time on the PC with the unofficial patch and the Project Paradise 2 online mod installed, that is going to be all. Do let me know what you thought of this and whether you'd like to see more of this game in videos and on streams, because I'd potentially like to stream this once a week, maybe, say, at some point in the run-up to the new game coming out. But for now, for today's video, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.